Hi everyone, I am Kim with Abundant Life Tarot and I am hosting the Hoodoo Tarot Study Group. And this is going to be featured on my website, across the social media platforms I'm a part of, which is YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. But if you want to stay abreast of what is going on with the study group, you can always come to my website and I'll walk you through that in just a moment. And then if you are Facebook inclined, you certainly can join the Facebook group. And I'll show you that here. Here's the Facebook group. You can see my, you see here my cover picture, Abundant Life Tarot. And yeah, and with regards to the Facebook group, let's see, if I think you click on topics. So you have it divided in group topics here. You have the Herb Crafters Tarot Study Group. We have, and it has pinned, I go in and I pin the posts that are related to their topic, right? So we have the Hoodoo Tarot Study Group here, so you can click there, and there I am. Here's some posts. Okay, so I'm going to be adding more. I'm going to be adding this video and this post that we're going to talk about in just a moment. So here's the Hoodoo Tarot Study Group of Abundant Life Tarot Group. Alright, so you would just, if you are coming to this and you didn't join the Facebook group, you can become a member. You just have to answer a few questions, and then come on in to the group. So yeah, it's great. I love the folks that we have in here because they willingly contribute, and it's, quality posts. It's a special thing we have going on over here. So for those who are comfortable with Facebook, come on over. I'm on Instagram, and so I will try to post some content for Instagram exclusively. Let me see. And I will be tagging any content related to the Tarot Study Group. I will tag it, hashtag Hoodoo Tarot Study. Okay, so let me see, go to my profile. Alright, so yeah, so I'll be sure, like, this is part of the Herb Crafters Tarot Study, and I'm going to make a conscious effort to include my Instagram family into the fold, because this is a study group that is, it's not a class. Some people ask, is this a class? No, it's not. It is not a Patreon thing. This is something, again, where I just felt called to do this for our community, and it's, free. It's across social media platforms, so people can participate as they wish. I do have a more rigorous program I'm going to show you guys in a moment, but again, that's free. I just feel like it's like book study, right? Where you are a part of a book study group, and maybe sometimes it might be a small fee, or maybe it's a potluck situation where people are, equally contributing. We don't know where this will go in the future. Maybe it's just that, right? So I was called to do this, and I did it with the Herb Crafters Tarot Study, and I was just starting that out. I didn't know like what to do, and now I'm starting to think about and give even more like consideration to how I think the group should flow, in terms of what we end up doing to help us deepen our understanding of the deck that we're focusing on. So back to my website. Here's Abundant Life Tarot, and this is, here, if you clicked here, it would take you back to the home page, right? But you want to go to post, because post has some cool stuff here. So if I have posted a video on YouTube or wrote a blog post for this site and it's related to the Tarot Study Group, I tag it here, and that makes it part of a category. Okay, so if I wanted to even search Hoodoo, you know, I might find all the things related to the Hoodoo Tarot Study Group, like the unboxing of it, tarot combo videos that I did with it. I did a deck interview for my premium membership. So yeah, you might even see it mentioned in favorites videos that I've had in the past. So let's scroll back to the top. So you could do that. You could type in Tarot Study Group, but I have an even easier way for you to find everything. Okay, so you have Tarot Study Group. It's got the Herb Crafter stuff, because that is going to be ongoing. The study group is designed to be able to have people come in and join it wherever they are, whenever they can. And maybe they don't discover the Tarot Study Group content until 6 months after we've gone into a deck. That's okay. They can jump right in. That's what it's designed to do. Okay, so, but here, let me show you the easiest. Okay, categories. I have several categories here. Tarot, it's all in alphabetical order. Tarot Study Group, right there. It's going to take us to the category Tarot Study Group. And it's here, you see it there. And so this will have the latest information, the latest pertinent information that you would need to continue your studies. Alright, so that's the website here, but the main thing I wanted to call your attention to today is, let me see, I'm going to show you still in non-publish mode, because I'm going to upload this video afterwards and add it to this post. But I did a full write-up for the Hoodoo Tarot Study Group of what we're going to be doing. Okay, so we are going to be starting Friday, June 4th, 2021. That is the launch date. And I wrote up this main thing here for the Hoodoo Tarot Study Group. I'm going to be pinning this wherever I can pin it. I'm going to set it to the community tab on YouTube. I'm going to pin it in the Facebook group. I'm going to post it on Instagram. You're going to have it here, because this is the meat and potatoes of the work that we're going to be doing. Okay, so I did create a self-paced schedule that you can pick up at any time and start to do. Okay, we'll look at that in a moment. Let's see what else I wanted to tell you here, and this is where I talk about, and what I just showed you all about. Some of you are not really feeling Facebook, and that's completely fine and understandable, but I wanted to make this particular study group available to those who aren't on Facebook, or those who aren't on social media. They just want to come to my site. So I'll find ways to make it where you guys can access the information. Now, I'll admit the Facebook group tends to have a more group feel, right? Because it's real-time conversations that you can have with the, you know, the mechanism of commenting and adding and sharing video or links, or safe links, of course, or pictures and comments. So it's more dynamic. But I have a feeling we can also have that feel of it in Instagram too, and YouTube. People comment on the videos that I create for the decks that were in our tarot study, and so people comment there, and that's perfectly fine. It's, you know, meant to be a collective tarot group experience. And yeah, so okay, so now we're going to talk about the meat and potatoes. So when you see this link, either in Facebook or wherever you see it, read this whole post in its entirety, where it says the Hoodoo Tarot Study Group starting 6/4/2021. So I'm going to just read excerpts and then touch upon it. So please read this in its entirety for important information regarding what's offered and the important parts. This is the commitment, folks, to our work in the study group. And so the post that I wrote up here has 2 points or 2 areas of focus. We have the group member section and then the Abundant Life Tarot section. So the group member section has 2 important bulleted points. For the first 2 weeks in joining the tarot study group, do the journal prompts and daily draws, no matter when you first start this tarot study. So if we've started in 3 months, into it, we're wrapping up, or we're like very much nearing conclusion, then you can then just join in afterwards, right? You don't have to say, oh man, you guys have already gotten so far ahead, because this is designed to have you start whenever and wherever you can. So there are other group member suggestions listed below to add to your weekly schedule. You can also insert additional rows to the below self-paced schedule to add on activities you did for the week, and I'll show you that in a moment. So the group member section has 2 important bulleted points. The journal prompts and daily draws for 2 solid weeks. If you end up missing a day, or you skip a day in that particular week, then you have to add on a day. That's the thing. You have to add on a day to make up for the days you miss. Okay, so that's a little twist, and that's the commitment. The Abundant Life Tarot section highlights the content I will be providing throughout our tarot study group. I will announce upcoming live sessions and will publish videos to the website, to our Facebook group, to Instagram, and of course YouTube. For the most comprehensive, up-to-date information, join the Abundant Life Tarot group on Facebook or subscribe to this website. So here is the Tarot Study Group self-paced scheduling tracking sheet. Okay, so here it is, self-paced. Opening day, June 4th. YouTube Live, and I'll be replaying it in Facebook group. I'll also be posting a link on Instagram. Okay, so that mentions that here. The time is to be determined. It'll probably be sometime in the evening on Friday, my evening, Atlantic Standard Time. But I will announce that soon. So for that, we're going to have our opening day. There's going to be a giveaway announcement, and I'm excited about that. So you have this here, and so if you join in on that, if you join me live that day, or if you watch the replay on YouTube or Instagram or Facebook, you can just come over here and click the task status, which stands for complete. See that up here? Complete. And this is incomplete. So you can click that. What I ask that you do is save this to your computer. Okay, save this document so you can work with it individually and update it accordingly. And here is what I was talking about, the 2-week commitment. So after watching the opening day, and watch it whenever. If you watch it in August, that's okay. Start there. Now the giveaway announcement will be past, right? But all the other fun stuff that the group is talking about during that opening day will be there. And it's important to feel a part of the whole community experience, to watch those videos, to engage in the comments even long after, because I look at them, other people look at them, no matter when you end up posting. Okay, so 2-week commitment is shaded here in this soft yellow. Self-paced for time. I wanted to really hone that in here and make it clear. So we have majors journal prompts. The platforms will be Facebook and Instagram primarily. Journal and spread prompts, post in Facebook group or IG threads. You complete that. During the week, you do your 1 to 3 card daily draw post. You can post your readings to Facebook group or Instagram, and if it's Instagram, hashtag it. And my apologies for earlier saying hashtag. Just Hoodoo Tarot Study. It'll be Hoodoo Tarot Study Group. And then include picks, insights, or predictions. And so you do that for 2 solid weeks for sure. And then over here, this is blank because there's opportunities to do other things for your tarot study aside from daily draws and journal prompts. Where did it go? Did I go? Let me go back. Let me see. Oh, it won't let me go back. It thinks it's smart. Okay, that's fine. Maybe here? Yeah, here we go. So here's some additional, let me read to you the important parts. Trying not to have this video be too terribly long, but I want to make sure you guys understand what's going on. So whenever you join in on the Tarot Study Group, please commit to the 2-week commitment of posting daily during that week. And, you know, really, if you look at the schedule, if you just did these 2 things, the journal and spread prompts and posting your readings, and post your findings in the medium that you choose, then you've done your part, and that's helping you to dig into this beautiful deck. But if you're like me, who sometimes feels called to do something extra, there is some other information for what that extra could be, but you can put whatever. You also could insert a row. Okay, I'm not going to do it here, but you can insert extra rows if you want, and it'll just copy from above if you wish, and then have your selection. And you just be like, okay, I did my work. And you can type in something here. But let's go back over here. So 2 weeks of working exclusively with the deck in 1 to 3 card draws to question or daily guidance. So you could be like, Spirit, please give me some guidance for my day, or how, you know, what is the message I need to receive today? Or you could have some questions using the prompts that I post. You could use those as almost like mini tarot spreads for yourself if you want. So there's different ways that you can work with your 1 to 3 card draws. Okay. This is a 2-week commitment for all of us, and we should endeavor to post our efforts. If a day is missed, we will need to add another day to make up for it. This activity can be started anytime during this tarot study, but I ask that everyone commit once they start and share what's coming up for them in either photos, posts, videos, or other virtual means. Important. So these 2 are the 2 mandatory things for the Tarot Study Group. The next one, it says 2 weeks of committed daily journaling. The Hoodoo Tarot's guidebook has questions to consider for each of the major arcana cards. Using these questions as inspiration for journal prompts, I will post them at the beginning of each week during our tarot study. We can also use the journal prompts as questions in a short spread for the Hoodoo Tarot. 1 to 3 card draws to help us answer these questions, and then journal about what comes up. Bonus for pictures of the cards or spreads. And just a note about journal prompts, you can certainly use your own prompts for your journal entries. Make the journal experience unique for you and your ancestors' expression. Okay, this is just going to be helpful tips for people who need that inspiration. Members can use spreads from the book and share their readings in pictures, videos, or posts. Members can also share spreads they find work well with the deck. So this is probably geared towards either Facebook group, especially but then also Instagram, where you can show and demonstrate. And one thing I didn't mention that people may still use, I've just recently got back to using it, is Pinterest. I may set up like a board for it. Hold on. I was gonna try to show you guys that, but that's okay. Anyways, I was going to show you Pinterest, so maybe you're more into Pinterest. Social media platforms that people might be readily able to get to is fine. So here's some additional options that you could put for your third weekly activity. Members can use spreads from the book and share their readings in pictures, videos, or posts. Members can also share spreads they find work well with the deck. Discussions on incorporating root work or ancestral work into our practices, rituals, readings, and regular life can be shared. You know, video responses can be shared. You know, that's something that's special for YouTube or even Facebook. I guess all of them, really. If you, okay, I see an inconsistency here. I think we're going to just do Hoodoo Tarot Study. I think the group is too long, so I'm going to update the information throughout just to make sure that tag is consistent. We'll do Hoodoo Tarot Study. It's short and concise and gets to the point. So we'll do Hoodoo Tarot Study, and I'll make sure the resources are updated before I publish this video. This can be done in comments, pictures, or videos by myself and group members. Okay, and then members can read up on some of the recommended books by group members. So in Facebook, I had asked folks to post some book recommendations, and they did, and it's such a beautiful list, and I have now added many to my Kindle and Audible. So I'm excited to dig in and read and maybe talk about what I feel with the books that I've read or the resources I've read. I've been looking at dissertations and other scholarly documents on the subject of, you know, living in rural, as a colored person living in the rural South, root work and hoodoo, and so it's been quite an educational experience for me so far. So we shared that information, and so folks can feel free to make other recommendations or maybe do videos talking about the books they've read that's helping them connect deeply with hoodoo or with the Hoodoo Tarot. And, you know, you can share safe links, and it doesn't have to be just on the practice of hoodoo, like spell work. It could actually include, your post can include historical or social references. Okay, and then what I will be contributing is, first off, we're going to be doing our opening day on June 4th, 2021, and this is where we're going to chat a little bit about the deck, answer some questions, and share feedback on people's experiences thus far with the Hoodoo Tarot. We'll throw some cards on what are some important takeaways in the work we're going to be doing with the deck. So members can share what comes up for them, and this, you know, this is going to be something that we do for a complete reading experience. There will be a giveaway announcement. Yay. Excited about that. And what I will also be doing as my part to the contribution of this tarot study group is I'll post weekly prompts that can be used for the daily card draws or journal prompts. So I'll list like 7 to maybe 10, I guess. I don't know. We'll see how many I'm called to. Maybe not that many, but we'll post several so you can have some to choose from for each day, or you can use a combo of some of them, you know, so you'll see what I mean. I still need to create that, but I feel called to just create that, like, you know, closer to the tarot study group or when we're actually doing it. I will do interviews about the deck and hoodoo, and they'll be showcased on YouTube plus Facebook, and sometimes on Instagram. I'm planning on putting a call out on Facebook and Instagram to see if, or maybe YouTube, I should add that too, and YouTube, to see if anyone would like to join me for some of these interviews. There will be the lives or Zooms to discuss some of the cards from the majors, minors, or courts. We'll check in to see how people are doing with the deck. And that would be a great time to discuss challenges or aha moments. And then maybe we can even vote as a group on what cards we want to feature during the lives. Yeah, and then I will be doing the video breakdown of the cards like I did with the Herb Crafters Tarot, and sharing it with, sharing it across social media so people can watch. I may only, probably to save time, I will definitely do all of the majors, and maybe just do some of my favorites from each of the minors, so because it can be like, you're talking 78 cards to discuss, and that can be very time intensive. What I'm thinking about doing for that go round is having others add to that, where I'm not the only one shouldering all this video content on the cards. I'd love to do the majors, and maybe we can do a joint effort together. We can get creative with that part, but I definitely love doing that for the Herb Crafters Tarot. But it also was, it can be quite labor intensive, so I will think more about that. But they will be kicking off anyways, the majors at least, and then I gotta figure out how I'm going to address the minors. Alright guys, well this video is longer than I anticipated, but I wanted to show you guys this. And before I let you go, so you can see here where you can plug in those different suggestions, like the book recommendations. You could say I've read so many pages from this particular book, or I explored some different spell work, or I used the hoodoo like this, or let's see what were the other options for our group members. So it's spreads you tried. You could talk about how you've been incorporating hoodoo into your spiritual practice. You could talk about how you've been incorporating this deck particularly into your practice. The book recommendations, so you have that here where you can have a third option. The first 2 weeks, just as a quick review here, is your commitment, and once you're done with the first 2 weeks, you can do as you wish. You don't have to necessarily do all of this over again unless you wish to. Maybe you hop in and do some weeks, and then sometimes you don't. Maybe it's you just clear all of this and you put in what you end up being called to do. But the first 2 weeks are mandatory for whenever you start, and then the rest is flexible. And I have it down to 12 weeks, 3 months, right, for this particular tarot study group. It could go longer, but I'm aiming for just having it wrapped in 3 months. I know some people might think that's too long, but honestly, if you really want to get to know a deck, and it's one that's not your traditional Rider-Waite-Smith variety, and it takes some work getting to know it. This one not as much. I have some decks that are a little more challenging than others to get to know, but this one for me is such a spiritual deck that it shouldn't be rushed. The process of getting to know it shouldn't be rushed. And I like this approach. It's helped me to really deepen my connection with the Herb Crafters Tarot, so much so that I keep the Herb Crafters Tarot on my reading table at all times. It's just now one that I'm really comfortable with. But before that, before we really did the tarot study group, I wasn't really comfortable with it, but it was one that I really wanted to have a relationship with. So I've already established a relationship with the Hoodoo Tarot, but I want to deepen it, and I think a lot of us feel the same way. And I am one that's like, I'm an Aquarius sun, so I'm like, look at this. I'm creating little forms. I'm creating forms and things and spreadsheets for you guys because I like doing stuff like this. I'm such a nerd sometimes. And I like a little more structure. The Herb Crafters Tarot Study Group was more of me getting my feet wet with such a thing endeavor. I love the idea of having it go across platforms and keeping it where everyone can contribute. And if you are so inclined, join us. Join us for this amazing journey. I'm sorry this video was super long. I wanted it to be like 10 minutes. Maybe I might do like a quick, that's what I'll do, is I'll do like a quick how-to with the spreadsheet that I created with the Hoodoo Tarot Study schedule. But this is for the full kind of scope of what we're going to be doing, so you have an understanding, so you know day one. I'll talk about it in the live, but just very briefly, I'll direct people to this particular post in case, in this video that right here that I'm recording now, so people can understand what we're doing and what's going on. Thank you all so much for watching, for joining in, for joining the Facebook group, for being so amazing in your comments and sharing as you've done. I'm just blown away by it. And I'm grateful. I'm super grateful. All right. I'll see you all around. Take good care. Ciao.